Shabbat Shalom. It is bittersweet that I am not with you in real time. Sweet, one of Jill's nieces, is getting married this weekend, and so I am with my family as we celebrate that simcha, that joyous moment. It is bitter because it marks 1 week since the hostage situation at Congregation Beth Israel in Colleyville, Texas. 1 week ago, I was enjoying some Shabbat menucha, some rest on a Shabbat afternoon, when my phone started pinging as I was getting messages from our congregants. Rabbi, do you know what's going on in Texas? As I looked at that news, my spirit dropped, my jaw dropped, my heart dropped. As I read the accounts of another congregation, the Union for Reform Judaism, Rabbi Citron Walker, a name that I had seen in some of the Facebook posts and articles that I see as a rabbinic colleague, to see what they were facing, to see that story unfold, to know that once again anti-Semitism, violence, xenophobia, senseless hatred is visited on our community here in this moment. We sit here on Shabbat, and how many prayers of shalom, of peace, do we utter? And then to see that, it was heartbreaking. This week has been very much dedicated to acknowledging the bravery of Rabbi Citron Walker and his congregants, of appreciating the efforts of first responders, and also just shaking our heads, shaking our fists, looking at the world in wonder of how do we stop this kind of anti-Semitism, this violence against houses of worship. I stand before you, and I can't tell you how many prayers have gone through my head. How many times I wanted to look and tell you, please don't be afraid. How many times I want to look out to my community and say, we need to take this and turn it into an act of tikkun, an act of repair of the brokenness in the world. All of those are true. All of those are the responses that we need to make. It's a choice between good inclination, Yetzer HaTov, and bad inclination, Yetzer Hara. When this stuff happened, when these kinds of attacks, when that kind of hatred bubbles up, presents itself in front of us, do we react with our evil inclination, with anger and violence back at the world? Or do we find a different way? It is a challenge, and I certainly don't have all of the answers, but I hope as you gather on this Shabbat, or you gather in that moment as you watch this video, that you will take just a moment and stop in silence. That you will say words of prayer. For me, it's the words from Psalms. Adonai oz li amo yitena, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. God, give us patience and strength and courage and chutzpah to partner with each other, to partner with the divine, that which is eternal and infinite, bringing communities together so that we can make shalom, wholeness, and harmony and peace. And finally, I also hope that you will take time to do acts of tikkun, to find a way to reach out to someone who is in pain, who has suffered a loss, who just needs a smile. This cannot undo what happened in Colleyville. But if we have any hope of making this world a place of shalom, of wholeness and harmony and peace, with our chen chesed and rachamim, with our kindness, with our compassion, and with our acts of grace, it is up to us to build that world that we hope for, that we dream for, that we pray for. We say words of peace. Let us turn it into actions of peace. For that is how we bring light into the darkness of our world. As I said, Shabbat Shalom. May your prayers come forward. May your silence bring presence to this world. And may your actions be ones of peace.